Hey all, this is Vidhan Agrawal and I had scored 147 in CET 2020 AIR 11. And today all of us would be discussing on how we were able to increase our score from the last time, which helped us get into our dream college. So for me, I had scored 99.87 in CET 2019. Aditya, what about you?
I had scored a percentile of 99.75 last time.
Oh, Shreekanth?
I had scored a 99.83 in CD 2019.
Okay, and Ankit?
I got a percentile of 99.93 in CET 2019.
Okay, so as you all can see, that was too close to the dream college. But we'll see how we were able to bridge the gap and improve ourselves so that we could get the score that we wanted this year. So I talk about myself. So initially, my first year was just about learning the basics. But in the second year, it was more about the tricks, the shortcuts. And also, since I was in the education industry itself, I was able to connect with those kind of people who are already in this. And that really helped me grow because I used to get motivated looking at them and the way they study. So I request you all that you should go for peer learnings because when you see a friend of yours who's motivated, who's scoring high marks, even you get motivated and you feel that even you should work hard and try to achieve that mark. So peer learning is what you all should do. So even us, our course, even if we've got a lot of students for whom we've made a WhatsApp group where they keep posting their doubts and we help them, we motivate them. Even all the students themselves keep discussing amongst themselves. So that environment helps you grow. So yeah, this was a strategy for me. Aditya, what about you?
So what changed between my two attempts was firstly that I stopped chasing a score. So in my first attempt, I was chasing a score of 140, which was said to be a cutoff or a magic number to crack any good college. So second attempt, I stopped chasing that score and adapted to each mock and each paper's difficulty. Secondly, I tailored my strategy according to marks per minute. In my first attempt, I used to solve puzzles even though my marks per minute in puzzles wasn't good. So in the second attempt, I took it at the end, and this strategy really helped me boost my score. Apart from this, there were 4 to 5 tricks and shortcuts that helped me strengthen my already strong areas so I could do them faster. Also, I contacted some of my college seniors who had cracked CET. So their mentorship was really helpful. They guided me throughout my journey. And I think that is very important. It helps you from making any mistakes or going wrong somewhere. And they are always there to motivate you. So find a good mentor for yourself.
That's great. That's great. I'm sure mentors do really help you all to boost your confidence and motivate you all. Ankit, what about you?
Yeah, so I got a 99.93 last time. So the gap wasn't much to bridge. And yeah, these guys have spoken well related to core CT prep that you can do to bridge the gap. But I want to talk about a couple of things that are not related directly to core CT prep, but also matter as much as that so that you can, increase your score or your percentile. And one of the foremost things that I want to focus on are distractions. So whether you are a lot into social media like Snapchat or Instagram, or you are a gamer or you like playing PUBG, or you just like socializing and going out with friends every day, these are certain things that you will have to reduce now if you want to ace the CT exam and do well at it. It's a matter of a few months. You will have to make a few sacrifices, but trust me, when you do this, it will definitely count. And I like to tell you a personal story about myself. What I did during my prep was, like, I was very addicted to YouTube. So whenever I would take a break during my prep, I would just switch on YouTube and just start watching videos. And the algorithm was so addictive that one after the other, I would just keep on watching videos, and I wouldn't even realize how an hour or an hour and a half would go in watching these videos. So just try and be mindful of this, that keep the your preparation time and your break time with a balance. So like, I used to watch a lot of Carrie Minati and Bhuvan Bam videos, and it should just end up taking too much of my time. So I made it a point to be mindful, and say if I'm doing 2 hours of prep, I would just watch say 15 to 20 minutes of YouTube videos during my break time. So there are certain sacrifices you will definitely have to make, but trust me, in the long run, when you achieve that goal and when you get the dream college of yours, it will totally be worth it. And even apart from distraction, there are certain basic things that no one will tell you, but you definitely have to do these things, like sleep for 7-8 hours, keep yourself hydrated, drink lots of water, have some sort of physical exercise, be it gymming or walking or yoga or any sport, whatever suits you. These are small things that no one will tell you, but they do actually make a difference in keeping you healthy, not just physically but also mentally, because the stakes are very high in CET, and one mark makes a lot of difference in the rank. So of course there is pressure and there is stress, so you have to be mindful of these things and just be careful of your mental and physical health. So yeah.
That was AIR two people for you all. Let's hear Shreekanth now.
Yeah, so in my first attempt, I had scored 99.83, and at second attempt, I got a 99.96. So the way I bridged my gap to achieve the dream college is by changing my strategies. So what I did is I found out what all are my strengths and weaknesses in the particular section for CET. For example, in my last attempt, I used to completely ignore one particular section. So there were some YouTube videos where people have been saying this ki you can completely neglect one section, but I believed that last year, but I don't think that should be necessary or that should be the case when you're preparing for CET. You should focus on all the four sections equally. And what I did this year was I was spending more than 45 minutes in quant section, whereas I was giving only 10 to 12 minutes in verbal section in last year preparation. So what I did is I learned some DI strategies to quickly solve DI and quickly solve quants, learn some shortcuts, develop some strategies, and reduce my time in quants from 45 minutes to 30 minutes. And that gave me a 15 minutes extra which I could then give to verbal section. So what I did basically was convert my weakness into strengths. And strengths ko also I converted into my strengths. For example, in quants, I used to score around 35 in 45 minutes, whereas in verbal, I used to score around 10-12 in 10-12 minutes. So what I did is I started giving quants only 30 to 35 minutes and I scored around 30. So I reduced my time using shortcuts, whereas in verbal, I used to score 10, 12 in 10 minutes, and I increased my time in the second attempt from 10 minutes to 30 minutes and started scoring around 30 minutes, 30 marks. So this way, I bridged the gap in my score. And also in the first attempt, I was completely isolated. There was no peer learning. There were no mentor whom I was talking to. And in the second attempt, I developed a WhatsApp group, created a WhatsApp group where I was interacting with a lot of people with good scores. Ankit was one of them. So we were interacting with each other. We were sharing our scores. So peer learning helped me a lot. Shortcuts helped me a lot, and mentorship helped me a lot. There was my college senior who was in my dream college, so I was in contact with him. So he helped me bridge the gap also. So I think peer learning, shortcuts, and mentorship are really one important thing which help you bridge the gap.
So, people, these were our strategies that helped us bridge the gap. But I wouldn't say that these are the only strategies that would help you. Just keep looking for strategies that suits you the best and just go for it. It's not that tough. It's all about patience. It's all about confidence, and just get yourself motivated. And that's it, people. Just all the best.
All the best, everyone.